Step 8 is where the rubber hits the road. We have spent a huge amount of time thinking about what a good segmentation solution would be by going through the process of collecting high-quality data, exploring the data, extracting segments, and then profiling and describing them. Now we need to choose one or a small number of segments to focus on, our target segment or target segments. If we think back to the layers of market segmentation analysis, step 8 is where the data analyst hands over the lead to the user. The role of the data analyst at this stage is to supply essential information that has emerged from the analysis. The user needs to interpret these results and translate them into meaningful guidance to inform the critical decision of target segment selection. The first thing we need to do in step 8 is to make sure that the segments under consideration comply with all of the knockout criteria. Are all segments homogeneous? Are segment members similar to one another? Are all segments distinct? Are members of different segments different? Are all segments large enough to justify the effort of developing a customized marketing mix for them? Are all segments matching the strengths of the organization? Are we able to cater well to them? Are all segments identifiable? Can we spot them? Are all segments reachable? Can we communicate to them? Any segment that does not comply with those criteria needs to be eliminated now. Now we know that all remaining market segments are eligible to become target segments. But we cannot choose all of them. We only need to select one or a few highly attractive segments. To do this, we need to assess the comparative attractiveness of segments. To help with this important decision, we ask two basic questions. How attractive is the segment to us? And how attractive are we to the segment? We can visualize the answers to these two questions in a decision matrix. The x-axis plots how attractive the segment is to us. The y-axis plots how attractive we are to the segment. The bubbles can be used to plot any additional information that may be of interest. A popular additional variable is profitability or profit potential. Looking at the segments in this plot, we can see that segments 8 and 5 are very attractive to us. Unfortunately, segment 5 does not like to purchase our product. They do not perceive our organization as very attractive. Segment 8 does. The problem with segment 8 is that it's not very profitable. The decision matrix helps us to compare segments and facilitates a conversation among decision makers in the organization. This conversation ultimately leads to target segment selection. But how do we plot the segments in this decision matrix? This table illustrates how we calculate the axis values. Let's look at the top section. Segments are in columns. Attractiveness criteria are in rows. These segment attractiveness criteria resulted from step 2 of the market segmentation analysis process. Also from step 2, we know how important each criterion is. This importance value is represented in the weight column of the table. The values for each segment and each criterion result from segment extraction, profiling, and description. If, for example, our criterion 1 is the number of times a product is purchased, and members of segment 2 purchase the product very frequently, they get the maximum value of 10. The weight for this criterion is 25%, so we calculate 10 times 0.25. We do that for all criteria. Then we add up the resulting values to arrive, in this example, at 5.05. We plot segment 2 at 5.05 along the x-axis. We do the exact same thing again for the bottom half of the table to derive a value that's indicative of how attractive we are to the segment. We plot this value on the x-axis. Then, if we want to, we can use any other additional criterion to determine the bubble size. All of this can quickly be done in R. Have a look at the R demos for this module. That's it. The decision matrix is ready. Based on this matrix, the organization needs to deliberate and decide which of the market segments to target.